Kickoff starts now.
Now, moving on here to the person that surprisingly we really haven't talked about a lot this episode, but the big KM, Khalil Mack. Or no, the Big Mac. What if I just talked about Ladarius Mack? I should have done a fake out there. I should have said that. Whatever. Khalil Mack. It's time to talk about Khalil Mack. Finally, the wait is over. Don't worry, fans. Now you can be satisfied. What's your take on Khalil Mack? Do you have any hot takes about Khalil Mack? Do you think he's great?
He's a top 5 linebacker in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Top outside linebacker in the
Easy.
NFL. Top skill-wise, he's a top 3. But the only reason I'm not putting him top 3, last year I would have put him top 3, is because he had a down year. And it's like, I would say it's still very bold to put him top 3. But I think that after this year, if he plays as I'm expecting him to, he'll be a top 3 linebacker.
Yeah,
Now,
I think everyone agrees with that, but that is not true because there was, for those of you who don't know, I guess we could link it somewhere. I don't know. There was a CBS poster article that put Khalil Mack at the 9th linebacker in the NFL.
It was like 9, 8, or 7, somewhere like
whatever. You know, I'm gonna say 9. It sounds better. He might have been 7th, but still, that is a major disrespect to my man Khalil Mack that I love so much, but I don't have his jersey right now. That's unimportant. He is top 5, top 3, easy in the NFL. And I don't. They put the guy from the Packers over him.
Zadarius
Smith. Like, come on.
No.
I think CBS is just looking for some controversy.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The Bears, CBS doesn't like the Bears. They didn't have Akeem Hicks as a top defensive tackle. Didn't have Eddie. They had like Eddie Jackson. They didn't put him top 10. They didn't put Kyle Fuller top 10. They didn't put the only Bears player they put top 10
is Khalil Mack
at 8
because they couldn't disrespect him that much. But
either they think the Bears are going to win 0 games, or they just think that the Bears have
I don't know, dude.
Consistent defense in the NFL. Like, they don't have any stars. Like, they're just like so middle of the pack.
Yeah, from our very unbiased opinion of being Bears fans, Khalil Mack is amazing. But I think that we should get into what makes him so great of a player. I think we talked about this. I think we talked about this earlier in this episode. It's not one thing. The fact that he doesn't have one thing, like the fact that he is so elite at everything he does, makes him such an exceptional player.
No team can put one player on him. They really can't.
Mm-hmm. He was being the only reason why Khalil Mack was held back in the 2019, like especially the second half, I think, of the 2019 season, was because when Akeem Hicks is injured, teams could literally triple team Khalil Mack. He had to be that was the only way they could hold him back. Now
I just want to propose this. Now you add back Akeem Hicks.
Right. And you add Robert Quinn. Back to the rule of 3. We're on it again.
Exactly. Before they put 3 players on him. Now you take Akeem Hicks. That's one other player on Akeem Hicks. Now Robert Quinn. That's one other player on Robert Quinn.
Yeah, the only way that a team can hold back Khalil Mack is
they double team him.
Literally, yeah, double teaming or triple teaming.
And the only way they can hold back Akeem Hicks is double teaming him. The only way they can hold back Robert Quinn is if they double team him. That's 6 blockers on 3 players.
Yeah.
Right,
that's what we were saying.
Eddie Goldman rushing. Nobody's blocking him.
Okay. We're getting very excited here as Bears fans right now.
Yes,
this is our little...
Unless they have like 7 people blocking, and then in that case, they have like 2 receiving options.
If you couldn't tell, the offensive episodes were a little more downbeat because it's not as exciting. But, when we get the chance to talk about our Lord and Savior, Khalil Mack, we're not going to waste our excitement.
Exactly.
I mean, we are, you understand. I don't know. What's some more, anything else to add about Khalil Mack? It's hard to say anything controversial because bold because he's just such. I mean, of course, as Bears fans, we're very biased, but still, he's great.
He is great.
I mean,
I don't understand. The thing that makes me just really confused is that Vegas has Khalil Mack, I think, at the second best odds to win Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Well, I think no. I don't look at Vegas odds because last year Trubisky had the highest votings for MVP, but that doesn't mean that people think that Trubisky will win MVP. It just means Vegas bases their odds based on how many people are voting for them for Defensive Player of the Year. It doesn't mean what Vegas.
No. Vegas, the odds, like they say, Aaron Donald or like Stephon Gilmore has the best odds to win Defensive Player of the Year, and the second best is Aaron Donald. It's the amount of money that you have to bet on them.
Yeah, exactly. But they base that like they'll raise it or lower it based on how many people are betting on the people.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So
either way, I don't understand how anyone would put Khalil Mack. Let's talk about skill-wise. If you're saying skill-wise, he's a top 5 defensive player, right? Then what's your excuse for him not doing well? Next year, he's not going to have any players around him. He's two of the best defensive. He's two of the best players in Akeem Hicks and Robert Quinn rushing the passer. He doesn't have a good secondary. Eddie Jackson and Kyle Fuller. He doesn't have good middle linebackers. Roquan Smith and Danny Trevathan. He doesn't have a good scheme. Chuck Pagano is a pretty solid defensive coordinator. Find me a hole. He's an injury-prone player. I mean, he's been injured 1 time or 2 times in his career.
Yeah.
Find me give me a real reason why he will be bad next year.
And I found an interesting thing to say. I think Khalil Mack is directly responsible for the Bears' turnaround in 2018 and their greatness. Yeah. How many games? I don't know how to phrase this without it sounding weird, but how many games do you think the Bears lose? Like how? Yeah. Like how many games? How many extra games do the Bears win when Khalil Mack is in? Like if Khalil Mack is out for a season, how many less games would they win? You know, like he's worth like, yeah. I mean, it's hard to like actually make a statement about that.
If there are 22 players on a team, each player should be worth around.
Well, I mean, that's not a good way of saying it because a single offensive lineman is not the same as the quarterback. But still, I mean, it's hard to say something like that. But still, like, because I can't base this on statistics or anything, but using the eye test or just even looking at statistics, even looking at Khalil Mack's statistics, you can tell he turned around this defense. Although it wasn't terrible in 2017, it was still top 15, top 10. He completely turned around this defense. Yeah, and he just affects all the players around him.
And the
amazing.
Thing about him is that when he came in the first few times, he was dominant. Like the first few games, he was dominant. But there was a vibe around the team that helped the Bears' offense, helped everyone. And also, I know it sounds a bit like off topic, but Khalil Mack and the Bears' defense will also be better than 2019 because the offense will most likely be better and the running game will be better. The longer they run, the more they run the ball on offense, the less time the Bears' defense needs to be on the field. Which means
because the defense was getting all tired out last year.
Exactly.
Because
also unmotivated. They say if we stop this team and they only get 13 points, it doesn't mean we win, which is something crazy to say.
Right. When the Bears go out and the defense does all they can and they still lose the game, it's gonna unmotivate the guys on the defense. They're gonna say, we've done all we can and more, and this offense is so bad that we're not winning games. And I think that's definitely.
Think about it this way: every single game was a close game in like the first 4 weeks, even though they left 10 points. I think it was like 15.
Yeah, the fun thing I like to say is that in 2018, the Bears did not lose a game. Like every game they lost was a 1-possession game. They lost by 8 or less in every game, and I was saying that for a lot of 2019 until the Saints game rolled around, and then that kind of changed a lot. But still, like the Bears defense even when the Bears offense plays terrible, the Bears defense and specifically Khalil Mack, because he is the leader of this defense. I was looking, and in the past episode, you said Akeem Hicks is really the leader. You said like Khalil Mack is the best player, but Akeem Hicks is the leader. And Akeem Hicks is like the vocal guy. He is like a pump up guy. But come on, like Khalil Mack is the leader of the defense. Anyway, like it's insane that Khalil Mack and the Bears defense keep them in so many games where the offense is just playing terribly.
Yeah. And the great thing about if their defense becomes a bit more elite next year, imagine how little their offense actually needs to do.
Yeah, and I would say that it's pretty likely that the offense improves. That's not to say that they're going to be good. It just means better than last year because they were terrible last year.
It's not saying that you're doing better. It's just doing better than last year. They can be the 20th best offense, have the best defense, and be an amazing team.
Yeah, but not – yes. But I think for them to go super far, their offense would need to step up a lot. But they could still definitely make the playoffs if they have an elite defense. And like in 2018, the Bears offense wasn't. It was pretty good. It was like top 15, but it wasn't like amazing. And it was just because it worked. Trubisky was good enough. So yeah, got a little sidetracked, but that was still a fun talk.
If you enjoyed this episode of From the Den, please remember to subscribe, comment, and like this video.
Or if you're a Packers fan, remember to dislike and leave a nasty comment. Click the links on the screen to access additional content.